Alright, go ahead and finish up the sentence you were working on. Again, if you're not 100% done, that's okay. As long as I can tell you put in good effort during the time that we were here, I will accept that as a complete submission.
Maybe we share it.
Well, if it's in your folder, it's already shared with you, right? Right, so what I want to do now is go through what I would expect on one of these submissions. And I want you guys simultaneously looking at what I'm going to have up here and the work and the things that I'm saying out loud. And on your screen, the things that you think you have done very well in comparison to what I'm saying, I want you to highlight in green. The things that you think need improving, highlight them in red or in yellow or just a different color. But highlighting in green, I want you to have a reference point of work that you have done yourself for things that have done well. All right, when I say a good topic sentence, a strong topic sentence, does anybody know what a strong topic sentence is?
A topic that's strong.
Thank you. Has anybody heard this term before? Topic sentence.
Yes.
Do we know what it is? Okay, what's a topic sentence? Pretty much, yes. Right, so a strong topic sentence is going to be the first sentence of your paragraph. It is going to give the reader basically an idea of what the entire paragraph is going to be about, and your next sentences are going to go into detail. So an excellent, strong topic sentence that you could have to start this prompt is even without reading the text, right? Even without reading 1984 or reading The Unknown Citizen, you know what a strong topic sentence could be. Why is your thing automatically highlighted red? That's, oh my God. Oh, you cracked me up. Right? But even without reading either of the texts, you know that a strong topic sentence could be something similar to, there are themes that can be compared between 1984 and The Unknown, no, that's how you spell that, Citizen. That is overly simplistic, right? You might want to add a little bit more flair, but if you are writing in a time constraint, when you are writing on the AP test, you do not have to worry about flair or style. They will not care. They are going to read your submission in about a minute. They're going to look for strong topic sentences. They are going to look for a thesis statement if the question requires it. And they are going to look for some semblance of organization and evidence. That is all they're looking for. A strong topic sentence is going to show, shows that you read the question. Right? Show that you read the question. So if you have a strong topic sentences that says something along the lines of there are themes that can be compared, two themes that you could compare between the two are, right? In 1984 and The Unknown Citizen, both texts cover XYZ theme. If your sentence is something similar to that, go ahead and highlight it in green because that is a strong topic sentence. Okay, after that is when you are going to start jumping into your evidence. This is where you need to take a look at the text. Okay, we go through, we read it. The first thing that I notice of things that are similar between 1984 and The Unknown Citizen is that there are government names for things that are capitalized in both. Right? Ordinarily, we would not say in our American language that the greater community is a capitalized proper noun. Right? But in this, for in everything he did, he served the greater community in capitalized terms, right? It's a proper noun, meaning that the greater community is a name for a group of people, probably a government organization. We have the Bureau of Statistics. That's not a thing that we have in America, but Bureau of Statistics, that sounds like a weirdly Orwellian, bureaucratic, like, organization, right? We have Fudge Motors Inc., which is probably lampooning Ford. You guys know what the word lampoon means?
No.
It's like political satire.
Like nerdy. Forge book.
So it is probably hinting at the Fudge Motor Company. We're talking about the war with a capitalized W. If we were talking about this in America, what would the war be?
World War?
Which one?
World War.
World War II. World War II. Yes, sir. I don't know. But yeah, so that would be World War II, right? So we have what appears to be like the classic, like, American person in what we envision this generation to be, right? He worked for the Ford Motor Company. He worked in a union that he paid dues for. He went off to war and then came back for his job. He did everything he did to serve the, quote, greater community. He is sort of this, like, perfect, undeviating citizen. He got sick one time, but then he got better. He always had insurance. He was fully sensible to the advantages of the installment plan. Right? The installment plan is not a thing that we have in America. He has a phone, a radio, a car, and a refrigerator. Apparently those are the only things that you need.
What about a house?
Oh, right, it's implied that those things are a house. And then the big thing that cues me in to something that is a bit Orwellian is this right here. He was married and added 5 children to the population, which our eugenist says was the right number for a parent of his generation. A eugenist is someone who deals with like population, right? So if you've heard the term eugenics, you guys heard that term before?
Yeah.
Eugenics is the practice of basically not allowing certain people to have children to like improve the gene pool. Right? So like there are people who say that like convicted felons and drug addicts should have their reproductive organs like chemically or surgically removed so that they cannot have children. Right? It's kind of a bunk science. Most, if not all people with any real degree of scientific authority say that this is not how these things work. But yeah, EUGEN, that's dealing with repopulation, right? So this is the eugenist, right? This is like the guy, the Secretary of State for dealing with repopulation. This isn't a real thing. But in this poem, in this fictional society, it is. Okay, so I noticed that there are like weird bureaucracies that seem to control things that should be under your own like power, right? So one way that I might phrase that in a sentence is I would go, one theme that is prevalent in both the poem and 1984 is that there are fictional government, I cannot type today, organizations that dictate day-to-day activities. And then you want to give examples, right? You have your piece of evidence, you have your claim, right? Here I am claiming that 1984 and the Unknown Citizen are similar because of this way. Now I have to present the evidence for that. I just explained the evidence for the Unknown Citizen, but now we need to put it into words on paper. Okay? So if you presented some form of evidence, that's going to be really good. If you made a claim that these things are similar, go ahead and highlight that in green too. Right? Because that's what you need to do. You need to make a claim and then defend it. Right? So in 1984, Big Brother commands several ministries, such as the ministry of truth or the ministry of love, to dictate, actually I'll go ministry of plenty. To emphasize the government's control over its citizens.